How to YouTube. So today I'm going to do a little bit of a channel trail, I guess you'd call it. Basically just explain the channel and what the purpose of the channel is, and just about a little bit about me and a little bit about why I started it and what I do, and maybe answer some questions along the way. So basically what it is basically why I started the channel is I'm always doing random projects and stuff, or working on things that I think is pretty cool, some of it. And I think, somebody might be interested. And there's been a lot of questions about how to do certain things, or like, where do you get this, that I had to find out some of the hard way. I've asked around and stuff. Some people give you advice, some people know, some people just don't. And that's what I'm trying to help you, is give somebody leg up and hopefully help them from going through some mistakes that I did, and still will, to be honest with you. So, mistakes, and when I say mistakes, everything you learn from, but sometimes you can learn a lot if you don't gotta lose money. That's a big thing. So basically, why I started my YouTube channel was basically, like I said, to show people some stuff that I do, and some of the projects, and some tricks, hopefully tips and tricks along the way, stuff that I've learned, people pass down to me, and I'd be fool not to pass to somebody else. Just that kind of stuff, as well as equipment for that, welding equipment, if this is something you want to get into. What you need, what you don't need, what I find can be somewhat overrated, some equipment, and some are just need equipment, things you need to have. And I don't want anybody to look at my channel and see my equipment that I'm using and stuff. I mean, it's nowhere where I want it to be equipment wise, but I feel like I have, being modest, I have a very good variety of equipment that me 2 years ago would have loved to have all of this, but I didn't. Heck, me a year ago would have liked to have some of this, but it's all time and money. If you want to go out and get yourself a rig, get rigged out, get your own welding company, or your own little welding business on the side, maybe a summer job for those of y'all still in high school or even college or whatever. You can do it very affordably. As Doble the Welder, I butcher his name every time. I made a couple videos with him, and this weekend I should head up and giving him a hand on working on one of his trucks. He came down and helped me a lot, so the least I can do is come up and give him a hand. And he's a good friend. He's a local welder as well. He makes some great videos about this kind of stuff, what you need, what you don't need. So definitely, if you haven't, check out his channel. He got great wealth of knowledge. As well as everybody knows, well, hopefully by now y'all have seen Jody from Welding Tips and Tricks, Chucky 2009. Another guy called Classic Walks. He's pretty good. Not completely all welding, but he got some good information on there. I know I'm missing like 5, but basically there's a lot of people on YouTube that's just wanting to help, and that's the era we're in these days with the internet, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody, well, not saying everybody, majority of people want to help and want to see somebody succeed. Not saying everybody, because there's a lot of people that there's a lot of negativity in it. And if I can be, as Jody from Welding Tips and Tricks said, if I can be the 4th grader teaching the 3rd grade or something, I'm all in. I mean, like I said, if I can teach you one thing that you may have not had to go through, one little tip that made a job that sucked into an amazing job for you, or I can get that done in 5 minutes versus, man, it took me an hour to do this. I'm hoping I can do something like that. And definitely feel free to leave me comments if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. If you leave me a comment, I'll do my best to get it back to you as soon as I can. But then again, I am working. So that's another thing. And if you want advice, have any questions, anything like that, feel free to send me a leave a comment or send me a message on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. That's Noah's Welding. You can see some of the projects I do on my Instagram. That's a lot easier to post than YouTube, at least for me at the moment, because YouTube, you gotta make the video, then you gotta edit it and stuff, which I like doing. I'm getting a little bit better at editing, but that's basically what I like doing. I like helping y'all out. I know my most viewed video is my lake tour, which is that truck. One thing I tell you, everybody, that truck did not happen overnight. And for those of y'all that haven't seen it, it's a freaking van, is what it was. It was an old box truck that my parents had. We used to do concessions, and we had it, we bought it, we used it for that, and it was from upstate New York. And then, so it was pretty rusted out, and I got it from them. I bought it off of them, and I went to town on it. I put a new cab on it. I basically did a frame, well, not quite a frame off restoration, I call it, because I literally down to the frame. Had the motor out, transmission out, the cab off, everything. And that, a lot of people just won't do all that. Heck, I know a lot of people myself that, heck, my brother, he's one of those people, he'd rather just buy something. Which if I did value my time, I would have been better off doing that. But at the time, I didn't have the money to go out and buy something. I didn't have the ability to buy something, and for what I had into it, I couldn't buy anything, monetary wise. But that's basically, I mean, that truck, I've been dreaming on having an actual welding truck, a rig, for a while. For the longest time, y'all know y'all may have seen the video with my big ale pack. That welder is a beast. I'm telling you what. That welder, man. If you can find something you can't weld with that thing, man, you just need to. It's too big a job for you. But that being said, that's a huge machine. That is a 400 amp machine, 100% duty cycle, constant voltage, constant current, AC. That's a great machine. I love it. It just, honestly, it's way bigger than what I need. Granted, I've been trying to get into the little bit bigger stuff, like with a lot of arc gouging and such, but really all you need is you need a 200 amp welder. Basically all you need, in my opinion. I mean, you can get away with a champion, a mill champion, can't think of it, but a 150 or something, which that works. So mobile work, I like having 200 amps or more. That's just my opinion. Do you need it? No. I mean, most of what I run is, honestly, a lot of what I run is freaking 7018. This is 1/8 inch 7018. These are actually Lincolns, but that's the biggest rod I ever run. I mean, I will occasionally on a 532 or something, just for a bigger application, thicker piece of steel, put down more metal. But you don't need that big a machine. Daniel from Dover the Welder, he just got a Mill Legend. What's that, Legend? No, not Mill Legend. Wow, no. He got a Hobart Champion Elite. It's a 200 amp machine. So far, he's loving it, and I'm glad that he finally got him a good 200 amp machine. I mean, he had that Champion 145 for a while, and he done a lot of stuff with that, and that's a great machine, and he loves it. It did what he needed to do. And if you're on a budget, I mean, trust me, I did not start out with a lot of cash to put all this together. It is far from that. I started out, my first welder I ever got was a freaking Harbor Freight flux core only welder. That was the best thing I ever got. I actually got it for my birthday. My parents got it for me. Man, that thing, I love that thing when I got it, because, I mean, I could weld. I could stick metal together. And that was great. But I digress. So yeah, you don't have to have a lot to start this. Like, yeah, and when I originally started my business, I had an old no, sorry, I keep saying mill. I have an old Lincoln Linkwell 225. It had an old owning engine, and I think it's from the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. If anybody knows that for sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a great, it was a great welder. It was a good welder. Had an owning CCK on it. And just a little side note, my opinion on owning motors, I despise owning motors. And before y'all start hating on me for that, I've had a lot of bad experience with them. Y'all may have seen my recent video about the blue Charger of mine that I got. If I knew I had an owner, I wouldn't have bought it. Well, I say that, and I still probably would. But check that out. I had a valve self-destruct on me in a sense, or the engine, practically. So that first welder, that old Lincoln I had, that got me through a few jobs, and then it kind of gave me it died on me, and really what I found out is it needed a rebuild. It was using oil, and then I couldn't. And then eventually just ran it wasn't gonna. It just didn't want to run anymore, and I tried monkeying with it. Got fed up with it, and I just. Unfortunately, it was kind of in the middle of a job when it did that. So what I did then is I rented a Trailblazer from my local one. I think it was Sunbelt. Yeah, it's Sunbelt. Got the job done. It was a nice little welder that I wanted. It was $100 for the weekend. It was $100 a day, but if I picked it up, I could have got it for the weekend. And basically it was $120. And that got me through the pinch. And I got the job done. Got paid from the job. And that was that. And then I figured out on my second half of that, there was a 2-part job for the same guy. I figured out I could rent a electric welder, a plug-in style welder, that was like $40 versus 500, or not, versus 120. So I did that. I just went over and did that. That was a no-brainer to me. I'm like, man, I had shop power at my parents, and I could plug it in. I'm like, man, I don't need the generator on, because that's what I was doing inside. I didn't have a stick welder on. Whatever. So basically, I made do with what I had, and then got to that job. Was searching Craigslist, could not find a decent welder, a decent used engine drive, and I needed an engine drive because that was I was pushing was mobile walk. So I went to my local auxiliary, which is like an Airgas but local. For those of y'all that don't know, talked to them about a brand new machine just to see what it would cost. And by then I had an eye on a Trailblazer. Was it 225 or 325? Nice machine. I'm still eyeing one of them. That might be something I get in the next. Well, I say near in the next. Maybe this summer if I button down and get some stuff done, I might be picking one of them up. We'll see. Hopefully that's the case, but we'll see what money and how much work I get and if I need it. So that's that. I didn't have the cash for it, and I know I probably could have got a Bobcat 225. But my thing was, if I'm gonna buy a welder, I'm gonna buy a welder. I'm gonna buy a Trailblazer. That everybody wants it. You need a Trailblazer. You need this. And I see it, but I don't know. I'm a little mixed on that whole feeling. But I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to see if I can get a loan through the bank and just buy me a welder. I think it was like $5,500 or something. Got a lot of money. I was still in college when that was going on. But I even thought about getting a student loan to pay for it. I decided against that just because probably wasn't my best idea. But besides the point, I digress on that. Looked at I was just on Craigslist looking, and I looked a little bit further out. I've been looking everywhere, but then I happened to look at this, and I saw it. It was about 2 hours away. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was an old mill, big 40. oh, I thought it was. I'm like, oh, it's not a bad little deal. Um, and then I went out, I messaged the people, they said it was available, and just did that. They didn't want much for it all. I mean, it only had 2,000 hours on it, which for diesel, it's a diesel too, and that's nothing. Um, but yeah, I messaged them, got talking with them, and whatever, and ended up telling me, say I can come out this day and whatever, and we ended up making a deal on it, and I brought it home. But back up a little bit, before that, when I didn't have an engine drive, I was still trying to find a new engine drive. I was searching, I mean, I was looking everywhere. And the problem is I didn't want to spend $2 grand on a engine drive with 2,000 hours. Gas Bobcat 225. I just did not see it back then. It was about 3,500 for a new one or something. I think I could have been wrong, but it was just I'm not gonna put that much money into that old machine. I'd rather just buy a new machine for that. That is actually when I picked up my little Maxstar 150 SLE, I think, something like that. I was on Craigslist, just found it. I paid $200 for that little while. Something like that, 200 or 150 or something like that. Didn't have any leads, just the welder, and man, that was the best $200 I ever spent. That little welder, that got me through a lot. I mean, I did a lot with that little welder. And then came, I found the other welder, the air pack on Craigslist, and I came with the trailers are nice. I mean, that to me that was a deal essentially. I paid, I think it was about $1,000 for that thing. Man, I had it was an old machine. It needed some work, but man, for the price I paid for it, I was happy as can be. Me and my brother rode out. We used my dad's truck on the trail, and we got it up, got it launched on the trail, and we brought it home. But yeah, we did that, and that's how that. And then for a while, I went through and we got new tires, bearings, hubs, put a new hitch on it, on the trail of the trail that it came on. And I went around with a freaking pickup truck for my Chevy Silverado, or my F-150 when I had it. Went around with that with the toolbox in the back of the truck, chucked forward to the torch set in the back, and I went around and did a lot of stuff like that. I did mailbox pickup, I've done everything. I went crazy with that thing, and I loved it because it was, hey, I was using what I had, and it was great until you got a call like, hey, can you come do this? This was when I was still in college, so I was like, yeah. My problem is my welder was back in the house, and it was 15 minutes there or 30 minutes back to the house. It sucked. You made it work. Been able to schedule things and just got a lot of things done. That one I wish I had a little Bobcat or a Trailblazer that I could just throw in the bed of my truck, be done, make a skid. That way I can just go, which that's nice. I gotta say, that's one thing I still want to do if I do get like a little Bobcat or a Trailblazer is make a little pickup truck rig. That way I'm always set to go. I love my big rig. That thing is great. But sometimes you don't need all that. And getting into certain areas, that big rig it's kind of tight. You can do it, it's just hard. So that being that, I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to explain in this video. I know this is kind of getting a little long and I'm kind of rambling, but I just, part of me I want to tell you. Just want to explain. So primarily what I do is I do a lot of repair work, and I also do some custom fabrication. Repair work like mailboxes. I do a crap ton of mailboxes repair. They have a lot of these ornamental mailboxes around me. They cast. I don't think they're like cast iron, but I don't know. They work halfway decent with just 70-18. Do that. I do industrial repair like loading docks. I build handlers for loading docks. Work on semi trails. They always have something broke. I do a little bit of dump truck work, which dump truck work is fine and dandy. the thing about dump trucks are you're gonna be filthy afterwards, most cases. And it's fine. I mean, I don't mind getting dirty. It just some job, and the only thing about dump trucks, they are dirty and they're dirty all the time. And if you're trying to do a bed repair, like my first actual job was a boarding job that I got. Was we played in a bed of a dump truck. My brother and me were doing a little bit of dump truck repair at the moment. Tires, brakes, grease, airline refit, fixes. We were running around crazy doing that. We knew a couple people, and that just kept us busy. Oh man, that job sucked. That job, I think what do we quote them? $400 labor, and then material was what it was. I was thinking, oh man, this is gonna be a great job. We just cut them out, throw them in there, water them in real quick, be done. Maybe 2 days, whatever. That took a freaking week. And there was one or two nights that I didn't get to sleep. And nothing square, you gotta beat everything, the door wouldn't close right. Now that would probably took me a lot quicker, but first thing, it's still a door in it. And if one thing you don't know how to get out, it's freaking door out of a dump truck. When it packed in, and that was terrible. So I digress. It's one of those stories that, yeah. And then I need to buy a plasma cutter. I was like, okay, well I'm making decent money. That was that lowest plasma cutter. I don't know if I showed y'all, but it was a $300 plasma cutter on Amazon, and I was like, okay, well I'm making. If this job's paid for the plasma cutter, okay, that's fine. I wanted a plasma cutter, so whatever. Man, that job was not worth the money. The worst part of that whole job is I was doing most of the bed, and my brother, he was doing the mechanic and the truck. He just bought the truck. He wanted some lights fixed, belts changed, simple stuff. The guy took freaking 3 months to pay us. He paid us a little here, a little there, be on vacation, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, what the heck? And I had all the steel money in the steel. I didn't have a deposit or nothing. I had $1,200 in steel in that thing. That sucked. But I got it paid off. We finally got it paid eventually, and whatever. And needless to say, we didn't do too much business with that guy. And the bit of the job was my bad. That was just mine. But the actual not paying for 3 months or whatever. It may have been 3 months, but it was forever. Whatever, we were just not happy about it. So, sorry, where was I? I know I'm blabbing. This is probably a super long video, and if y'all still watching, thanks for watching. Trying to think of it. I want to wrap this up, or I want to keep going with it. But yeah, I keep saying this. I've just been. Oh, so. Me personally, I went to school for welding, my local community college. Got a 2-year degree there. I did weld before I went to college. That was great. I mean, I had a little MIG weld, and I thought I knew it. I thought, man, I can MIG weld like nobody's business. Man, was I wrong. Oh man, I learned so much at school that I thought I knew that I did not know. But yeah, that was one thing that I'm glad I went to school. People always say, do you go to school or do you not go to school? A lot of people are against going to school, and I understand why, because you can get on-the-job training a lot of times. But you don't always, I don't know, I like going, I like the school aspect. I see a lot of downfalls to school, though, in a sense, where some people are just going because their parents want them to go, and if they don't have a drive to it, you ain't gonna make it. And know what you want to do. I mean, at least know what you like doing. Do you like fabrication? Do you like repairing? I mean, what's your long-term goals? Is my opinion. That and then me personally, basically what happened is I saw this in my first. I took 2 years of classes on my first semester my first summer of after my first 2 semesters, that's when I started my own business. I'm like, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna get experience. I wanted to work for a company, but I had some things going on, and I was like, I'm just gonna start offering services, and that's what I did. Um, did that all summer, and I did get a job in the next while I was in school. Actually, kind of through the school. Um, that place taught me a lot, good and bad. It was a local company that kind of affiliated with. Um, it was a clusterfuck, in my opinion. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. Cluster. Basically, me and this other girl was the only two welders, and this company did other things in the manufacturing industry and stuff. We were both in school, and we had to try doing that. I felt I was a pretty good fabricator. I was alright, and I'm still not that great. But we did it. I ended up getting fed up, and I think I was there for a little bit, and then I just kept getting fed up because they never ever would need to do it. There was a lot of pressure put on me, and it was a lot of my own self putting pressure on, but there's a bunch of BS involved there, and I was just done, and I got overworked, felt like I was underpaid, for running that whole shop. The welding aspect, which technically I wasn't, but on paper I was just a welder, but I was really running that, in my opinion. The other worker that was there, she knew quite a bit. She knew a little bit. She could weld like nobody's business. I'll tell you that. But she wasn't that much of a fabricator, which that was fine. I mean, I could do the fabrication. She could deal with the welding. But that job made me realize how much I knew outside of the actual welding. My dad's a contractor, so I learned a lot early on, and work hard and put you all into something. That's a good thing and a bad thing. But yeah, that's basically that. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm trying not to make this too boring for you. Oh, but I want to thank all my subscribers. I mean, I think I'm up to 60. I had to double check the thing, but man, I think 66 is what it was. I think. Thank you, all y'all subscribers. I mean, you can't do this without y'all, and y'all are the reason I do it. I mean, it is. Hopefully I can help y'all in some way, and like I said, if y'all have any questions, whatever, feel free to message me, leave a comment, message me on Instagram, anything like that. I'll be more than happy to get. If it takes me a day or two to get back to you, I'm sorry. I got life involved, but I'll do my best to get back to you. I know I'm everywhere on this video. I know I'm sorry. That's how my mind works. Sometimes I got 15 things going on at one time. But back to me. After school, after graduation, I did sit my own thing. Actually, graduation practice. Well, I interviewed for a job a little bit when I was still at the final couple of weeks of school. Ended up getting a job. It was a very good local company here, and actually a global company, but they have a. So back, sorry, my wife came out. She just wanted to know what I was doing. But so basically, yeah, I went to school and I tried building this. I got the job. Had like a month in between school ending and before that job started, so I made the most of it. I did a lot of finishing up on the truck, and had a couple of friends that wanted me to help them with stuff, and whatever. I just made the best of it. And one thing I want to tell y'all: in school, I was one of the people that everybody knew me. And I'm not trying to be brag or nothing, but I was the kind of guy where I don't care if you're first year, second year, or whatever. I mean, I'll come and talk to you or whatever. I don't care. I mean, I was one of those people. I wasn't shy. Oh, I'm a shy person, but um, it's one of those things that I talked to everybody. I mean, everybody knew me. Even Sheenus knew me. Yeah, I was kind of got good in with the teachers. Not that they called grades or nothing, cause nothing like that. I wish. No, but they just they knew they could trust me, and that was the biggest thing. We were good at running a water jet, and that was fun. Oh, I love that machine at school, but I miss that thing all the time. I thought about going back just for one class just so I can use it, but they used to just set me on that. Knew I could take care of it. Knew I wouldn't fuck it up too bad. Well, I'm least likely one to fuck it up. Well, I still figured it out. Besides the point. But yeah, it was just that was great. I enjoyed the school I went to. The instructors, they were great. Uh, a lot of stories, a lot of good stories. And it was just a good old time. I mean, we did what we had to. We did what we were supposed to do, but made a lot of good contacts. A lot of good contacts. People, I mean, there's somebody I could call up today and say, hey, any opinion on this, and they would give it to me. I mean, my instructors, I could text them, I shout out the numbers. I say, hey, I'm looking at this, and they would give me feedback. So yeah. I know this is very rambly, but that's kind of my story, I guess. And now I'm working full time on full shift, and I'm working full time, and this is my side hustle. And it's coming up soon. We're switching our shifts around, so I'm only gonna be working 4 days a week. So that's gonna be great. It's gonna be 5 days off most times, so it'll give me a little more time to grow my business, grow my band, and that. So I'm gonna make a separate video about just business, more so, not how I got started, but things I do, things I would do, things I want to do again, and just go from there. I mean, yeah, welding is very rewarding. It's not easy. I've had friends ask me, "Oh, is it easy?" It's not easy. If you want it, it can come easily. I mean, some people can pick up a TIG torch and do more things, can weld aluminum like nobody's business, or stainless. Me, I can't. I can TIG weld, kinda. I mean, I passed the test, but doesn't mean that's my first choice. So, it's one of those things that's kind of what I do. And I know this was very sporadic and spaced out, and I'm just trying to think I should have made a list of everything so I had kind of some talking points, but I didn't, and this is just real life, what it is. I'm trying to think of what else I should tell y'all. Probably should wrap up this video, it's probably what I should do. But yeah, I mean, like I said, feel free if you ever have any questions, comments. I mean, if I say something that isn't you think is wrong, or that someone I say that I think is fat that isn't, I mean, feel free to tell me. I mean, I want to keep this channel clean, so no, but constructive criticism is always good, because just because I think this is how something goes doesn't mean that's how it goes, and there's a whole bunch of people with a lot more experience on here that can help, that can make comments and just say, hey, this is how I hold it. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just going off a lot of my knowledge, which isn't that great, and what I've heard, what people have told me. Yeah, so to wrap this video up so I don't keep boring y'all to death, and if y'all still here watching this, I thank you, and I still like to thank all my subscribers, y'all are the reason I do this. Hope you get some more content now. I'm trying all the time, it's only so many hours in the day. And that's my problem I've had lately, between working full time and then coming in the afternoon. I got projects that I get done, as well as try doing these videos and stuff. And like, I'm also trying to, I got to get I'm going for my AWS certifications again. At the school I just graduated from, we used to I should have taken advantage when I was in school and got them, but I didn't. Had things that were more important, I guess. Well, more important. I should have did them, but now I just gotta go back and pay the money and do them. And I find out a lot of insurance like that. So it's a simple test. I mean, it's something I want to do regardless, even if insurance wasn't a factor. So yeah. So thank y'all for watching. I'm not gonna make y'all listen to my voice any longer. And thank y'all for staying tuned this far. And yeah, so basically just let me know. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And hit that bell so you get notifications when I post videos. And hopefully we can make this community huge and very helpful to everybody. That, like Dope said in his video, he want to make a community of people starting out, trying to give them a leg up. And even if you're not starting out, even if you've been in the business, you might have something that to add to it or to take away. I mean, we're all here just to help each other. That's all we're doing it for. But I want to thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all have a good night.